So my podcasting buddy let me borrow Battlefield 1 over the holiday break, and I played it, and I had a lot of fun. I played the campaign, and I played the multiplayer. I did end up getting a platinum on it. It took me all of 7 days, which is actually really nice to get a game such as that, and to get a platinum so early and so easily. I have experience with both multiplayer and the campaign, one I liked more than the other. I'll start with the multiplayer. For whatever reason, it takes an incredible amount of time to load into a game lobby, and then also an even more incredible amount of time to quit out of a game after it has started, which is really weird. There is a scoreboard section, as you would expect, at the end of a game, and if you hit the quit button, which on PS4 is just triangle, it takes upwards of 2 minutes to get out of that lobby for whatever reason. So you're just sitting there and you're looking at the game trying to process your quit request, which I find very odd. But on the other hand, I never had any server issues while playing online. It was actually incredible. I didn't actually think about it until I started just now talking that I didn't really have any lag issues or host migrations or server issues or anything like that. Everything seemed to be connected fairly well. Battlefield 1, as well as all other Battlefields, all feel somewhat similar. So if you're a fan of Battlefield, Battlefield 1 will feel the same. I'm not really a fan of the Battlefields. I've played them. Obviously, I played Battlefield 1. You're seeing it right now. I got the hang of it by the end of it, but I didn't necessarily want to play it anymore once I got my platinum. That's kind of how I play video games. I'll set specific goals for myself, and then after I get those goals, I don't necessarily want to play that game anymore. That's very eminent in Call of Duty. And pretty much all the Call of Duty games, once they created challenges that you can do, which is like, get so many kills with this gun, get so many kills with that gun, do this, do that, get so many melee kills, whatever. And Battlefield 1 has implemented that. It's a medal system now, so it's like, the first medal is, one of the ones I did was melee kills. Get 10 melee kills, and then the next tier of that medal was get 5 bayonet kills or something. One was get 3 melee kills and 1 life. So it gives me something to do inside of the game, as well as like play the game itself. And I really like that. I like those little extra added challenges that games give to me. Because sometimes, specifically with the Battlefield games, it feels like the games last forever. And they do. Most of the games average around 30 minutes. And that can be a long time. And I feel like a lot of that time is honestly spent respawning and going back to the objective. Now, there are some wonky respawns in this, but it is player choice as to where you respawn. So you can always respawn on a squad mate as long as they're not in combat, or you can respawn on a command point if you're playing something with command points, if you're playing something with flags. So sometimes you can spawn on a flag and the enemy is taking it, but you can still spawn there, and you'll spawn in and they'll see you before you see them and you're immediately dead. So you're back to the spawn screen. And sometimes I think for Conquest there's like a 7-second respawn timer, so that's well, maybe it's longer than that, but it's a long time to be out of the game. And then as soon as you spawn back in, if you choose to spawn somewhere safer, you then have to walk all the way back to where the action is. So sniping specifically in this game is very fun to do, as is all Battlefields. Battlefields have incredible sniping. It's always a lot of fun to lead your targets and to adjust for bullet drop and things like that. But with that, there's also some very good sniper players in these games, and you can be walking towards the objective and just die out of nowhere, which is cool. Like, I really like that feature, but sometimes it just adds to the effect of like, oh, I've been dead for so long now, I just want to get back into the action and do something. And you can spawn on your squad mates too, which sometimes can be very frustrating if I'm in a gunfight with somebody and I'm attacking him or I'm about to shoot him and I'll kill him, but one of his squad mates spawns around top of him. Now it's a 2v1 essentially, when I was not expecting that. So honestly, there's a lot of dying in the multiplayer. I never got to the point where I rage quit out of a game, but I know if I did, I would have had to have been in the quitting screen for so long that it was just frustrating. I finally got, so to get some of the trophies on the way to the platinum in the multiplayer sector is the longest ones that took me is to get to rank 2 with all the 4 classes. So the assault, the support, the medic, and then the scout. And I got the scout the fastest, which is weird. I feel like the support is what took the longest. I don't know. I assume that the support just gets less points per kill, where the scout probably gets more points per kill. The best way that I found to get the scout leveled up is to use the bolt action rifle, but not to put a scope on it, and just kind of use it as a medium to close range weapon. Mostly medium range, and that'll one-shot most people from chest up, which is a lot of fun. I did feel like every class except for the assault class was incredibly weak against the armored vehicles in this game. And vehicles in games are something that I very much dislike. Whether if I'm driving them, if the enemy is driving them, even in campaigns, I don't like driving vehicles. But most of these games that have first-person shooters, I like to play online against... I like to play the multiplayer sector of it. I like to play online. The vehicles really detracted from it. I just feel like if I wasn't playing assault, I had a severe disadvantage against the vehicles. I think my preferred class is medic, because if you get in a gunfight and you beat the guy, but I'm down at 20 health, I can then throw down a medic pack and get back up to health and get back into the action. Whereas a lot of the people I played with, they would not throw down medic packs for people. It's mostly just assault players. So even though it's squad and team based, I didn't see a lot of help from my squad and my team. And the multiplayer in Battlefield 1, again, is similar to all the other Battlefields where there's like 30 people on a team, so there's 60 people on the playing field at once, and that means there's a lot of big battles and small battles going on at once, and it's just one of those things that I don't feel like I have a specific impact, and I wish in the games that I play, multiplayer-wise, I want to have an impact, and even cooperative-wise, I want to have an impact. I want to see a visible impact that I'm having on the game, and I don't see that when I'm playing Battlefield 1. So this game didn't really change anything from the Battlefield feelings I had before. I still don't necessarily like Battlefield, but the setting in the era that they did in World War I, which is like the first time we ever seen in the game, and it was actually a really cool setting, and I had a lot of fun in that setting. Now for the campaign, I think is where Battlefield 1 really shines, and it's where I had the most fun. It's like 5 different levels, or 5 different characters you play as, so there's a tank level, there's a biplane level, there's you play as an Australian dude, you play as a girl with T.E. Lawrence of Arabia, and then you play as an Irish guy, a big old Amish juggernaut guy, which is really cool. But what they did with Battlefield 1 in the campaign is instead of focusing on the war itself, they kind of focus on the specific people that were in the war. Now most of these people, I assume, are fictional, but it was fun to see a personal impact that the war had. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of impact that World War I had on a lot of people and a lot of nations, but this one took it more of a personal level, which I thought was a lot of fun. You can play them in whatever order you want, which I had a lot of fun with. I chose to do the airplane mission first because I thought that would be my least favorite one, and it turns out that was a lot of fun. It was a good one to start off with. I don't necessarily have a least favorite one. They're all so much fun, and they're all so different from each other. There does seem to be like a stealth mechanic in almost every one, which is an interesting choice, but it was a lot of fun. The tank one would probably be my least favorite just because I do not like being in vehicles. I do not like riding in tanks. I don't like tank combat, things like that. But you do have to beat all of the campaign missions on hard, so I did that one first. And then there's also challenges per mission and collectibles per mission. So after I beat the campaign all on hard the first time, I then went back on easy mode and picked up all the collectibles and finished all the challenges. So luckily for me, I only had to play through all the campaign missions twice, and the second time I did, I went through with a guide, and that did not take me very long. So I did get the trophy, or the platinum trophy, in 7 days, which is a lot of fun. I think that's the good amount of time to get a trophy for a game like this. Some games make you work harder for that, and I like that too. I appreciate that. But for a game that I don't necessarily enjoy playing that much, I would rather be playing other games. I had a lot of fun playing this one. I would recommend it to a lot of people. If I had somebody else to play it with, I think I would enjoy it much more, but I was playing solo for the whole time. So if I had somebody to play with, I would probably play it again. I'm going to give this back to my buddy, and we'll be off from there. Thanks for watching. If you guys like this video, subscribe. We'll get more videos like this, hopefully one per week. Also, I'll put the podcast episodes up here on this YouTube channel. So check out our podcast episodes. Check out our podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. You can get in contact with us on Twitter at @UPGamersPodcast. I'd love to hear from you guys. Leave a comment. If you like the video, leave a like. If you dislike the video, leave a dislike. I love it all. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.